Season of the Dawn is upon us, and much like in Season of the Undying, we have a new seasonal artifact. These artifacts offer up mods specific to that season, and in some regards, kind of change up how we play. Now, in Season of the Undying, you could get things like anti-barrier rounds, unstoppable rounds, stuff like that, on things like bows, submachine guns, auto rifles, and hand cannons. This season, it is a different class of weapons. This season, they are focusing on range. So, if you want anti-barrier rounds or unstoppable rounds on your weapons this season, in Season of the Dawn, you will need to have scout rifles, pulse rifles, and bows. Now, scout rifles in particular have not been viable weapons in PvE since year one of Destiny 2. When Forsaken came out, scout rifles just kind of fell under the wayside, and they've stayed there. They've been swept under the rug, and we're just now taking them out, and guys, they are dusty. So I wanted to make a video and talk about some of the best scout rifles in the game. In fact, I'm going to tell you my top 5 picks for farmable legendary scout rifles that you can go out into the world right now and start grinding for, that I think will be very beneficial to have in Season of the Dawn. So in no particular order, I will start with Nameless Midnight. Nameless Midnight is a 180 round per minute archetype scout rifle. It has middle tier rate of fire and middle tier impact, and for that I think that the 180 archetypes are the most well balanced in the game. If Bungie is really pushing ranged gameplay this season with making you do scout rifles, bows, and pulse rifles, then you want to extend the range of your scout rifle as much as possible. Now, scout rifles inherently have really good range and very small damage drop-off, but if you put something like explosive payload on it, explosive rounds will always do X amount of damage, and the explosive round portion of your bullet is not susceptible to the damage drop-off of normal range, and that's why it's a very valuable perk to have on something like a scout rifle. That's why in year 1 of Destiny 2, things like Nameless Midnight and Mananananananananan were so valuable. It's because they came with explosive payload, and you can just hang back at the other end of the map and pick off enemies from a distance. This will be great in the Nightfalls with Champions coming in Season of the Dawn. And just in case you're unaware, Nameless Midnight is a Vanguard weapon that you can get as a random match reward from strikes, Nightfalls, or by ranking up Zavala. Next up, I have the Oxygen SR3. This weapon is obtained by completing the Pinnacle quest that you can obtain from Zavala, and it's another one of those 180 archetype scouts that is very well rounded. Now, in my opinion, the best thing that Oxygen SR3 has going for it is the fact that it is an energy weapon and it deals solar damage, which is going to be good in Nightfalls with burns, but it's also an Amalon scout rifle, and they sound very, very satisfying to shoot. As far as its perks, because it's a Pinnacle weapon, it is a curated role. It comes with Dragonfly, which causes enemies to explode on precision shots, and Meganura, which increases the radius of Dragonfly based on the amount of precision hits that you're able to land before killing an enemy. I think that this is going to be really, really handy in the Ordeal Nightfalls, and I would definitely recommend picking it up. Next up, I have the Vouchsafe. Now, earlier I mentioned how great Mananananananan was in year 1 of Destiny 2, and it was because it was a 200 RPM scout rifle that you could just sit there and spam bullets. Vouchsafe is the year 2 version of Mananan, essentially. I mean, it's obviously not the exact same weapon, but its archetype is the same, the element that it has is the same, and you can get it with rolls that are virtually the same. This is the 200 round per minute archetype, so it does slightly less impact than the Nameless Midnight or Oxygen SR3 that we just took a look at, but this thing is going to be really good. It's going to be a workhorse weapon that you can just mow down adds with, and for that reason, it is on this list. Now, if you're looking for a very consistent way to farm the Vouchsafe, it is a Dreaming City weapon, so doing anything in the Dreaming City has a chance of dropping it, but it is also farmable via the Chalice of Opulence in the Menagerie. You can put in your runes and slot them in a specific way that will guarantee you a Vouchsafe at the end of the match. So it's definitely farmable, and it's very easy to farm. I would recommend picking up one of these, and yeah. Next up, I have the Transfiguration Scout Rifle from the Last Wish raid. This is a 150 archetype scout rifle. I wanted to have a representative from the top 3 archetypes for PvE. I know that there is a 4th archetype, i.e. the 260s, Randy's and Black Scorpion, but I don't see those being very good in PvE. Of the 150 rate of fire archetype scout rifles, I do believe that the curated role Transfiguration is the best one in the game, at least for legendary versions. What you're looking at right now is the curated role. It comes with outlaw and explosive payload with really good range, and it's just all around a really good weapon. And the last scout rifle on this list that I'm going to leave you with is No Feelings from the Scourge of the Past raid. Now this is another 180 archetype, and the main reason that this one's on the list is because it is an energy scout rifle that does arc damage. So we have an energy that does solar, void, and arc included on this video. But the main appeal to this one is, to my knowledge, it's the only scout rifle currently in the game that can roll with box breathing. Now, one of the perks that you can purchase from your artifact is Unstoppable, where you aim down sights for a little bit, and it loads a powerful round that causes an unstoppable champion to stun and fall over. I feel like that's going to be really valuable on something like this that has box breathing, because box breathing, aiming down sights for a short time, procs box breathing, which gives you more damage on your bullet. Now, you're not going to one-shot these champions by any means, but the more damage that you can do, why not do more damage if you have the opportunity to do more damage? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like box breathing is going to synergize really well with that unstoppable perk that you can pop on this thing, and I think it's going to be great for Nightfalls. I really do. And that is going to do it for this list. I just wanted to give you guys my top 5 picks for legendary scout rifles in the game currently to use in Season of the Dawn if you want to take advantage of those perks. Now, I will be doing separate videos for pulse rifles as well as for bows. I didn't want to just mash all those together and have a 15-minute video, so I will be doing those individual so that they stay around the 5, 6, 7 minute mark. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Drop a comment in the box below. Let me know which scout rifles you will be using this season, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.